Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. It's Jody Fitzgerald here with my Friday show, A Dog's View. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy. Please let me know when you watch, what you think. Say hi. Let me know that you're what you think about the topics and yeah, to support me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So here I am. I am a licensed family dog mediator, and I am a certified dog obedience and trainer. Many years as a nurse, experience behind me, and I'm just constantly learning how much I understand dogs and how much I get to help people understand their dogs. So I am here today. I'm gonna just put this over here, just to get you really thinking. Um, the dogs that we're all life, everybody here is doing their best to survive. And that really, I can't stress it enough that dogs are doing their best to thrive and survive with us in our lives with us and in the homes and the environments and what we do with them. So just understanding that they are really doing that and taking a look at why dogs do what they do. It's a really great topic. I think that a lot of people don't understand. And when you do understand, it can create a lot of clarity. Every dog, including every dog, is always doing their best with the tools that they have to survive and thrive in the world around them. And today I'm going to take a closer look at what's really driving the behaviors that we see in our dogs, from barking to pulling at the leash to not listening, recall, chewing, and it's really there's a reason. When they're hiding, if they're scared, when things like that, even, there's a reason, and we get to explore this. One really good way that I like to look at for is our legs model, our learning the environment and genetics and the self of the dogs, because when we really think about it, every species, everybody is always learning all throughout life. If something doesn't work, we learn that things are hot when we're young, and it doesn't take much to have that hurt to make it realize it. So, there's all sorts of things that make us learn. And, if we're not happy with something, then we change to something else. How many kids have different some like to play instruments, some like to do sports, some kids like to do everything, adults and kids. So, just learning that throughout life, we're learning, we're doing different things, and we're doing our best, and everybody is doing their best to survive. And we learn it, we go, by past experiences and present experiences, what things that help us to learn what makes life work for us to be happy and to feel good and to feel safe in life. Genetics, the inherited traits from the generations before, and also um, the breed specific genetics, and the same with us, our different cultural genetics. This is something that we bring with us throughout life and pass on to our children, and so just recognizing that every dog is different and every breed has different needs. I've right from the scent hound to the border collies to the guardian dogs, Jack Russell Terriers, bulldogs, pit bulls, all the breeds, they all have some genetics they're bringing with them, and they're all different. That's why dogs will behave frustrating for people sometimes, because they don't understand. You don't understand the genetics behind it, and sometimes that can really give a lot of answers to figuring out how to help a dog be successful when we know the genetics. The environment makes a huge difference for everybody. Whether you feel safe or you don't, really thinking about that dogs are going through this too. And, it's just, and when you bring in their genetics and what they've learned, the environments can be a huge part of how a dog is behaving at the time. And we can help with that. We can learn how to help the dog feel comfortable and safe. And sometimes the environment is one of the easiest things for us to try and manipulate to help them. So the environment is a huge important thing to be thinking about when you're working with dogs and trying to figure out what's going on with their behavior. The self, so how they're emotionally feeling, physically, psychologically, all of that well-being is responding to the world and to the environment and has their genetics affecting it the whole time and what they've learned. It all works together. When it's all working really good, I love to the word to describe it as a homeostasis. And it's not an easy thing sometimes to figure out, but there is so many ways that can we can make it work and help it to be as comfortable and as good for the dog as we can. And one of the ways, the way that I have um, put together my FITZ model that helps to explain, I feel like catch on to, I have a lot of the really important topics, um, ways that I like to help people focus with their dogs and what we need to focus on is my FITZ model. And, I just can't say it the most important thing I think that gives us answers just to start with is when we focus on their body language. And I have a wonderful ability to help understand, to see what dogs are doing. And because sometimes it's really small, subtle things. So we really need to start. I always start by focusing on the body language. What is that dog showing me? What is if it's barking at something, it's telling you something just by that action, or if a dog is comfortable, you can tell if a dog is sitting comfortably and relaxed or when they start getting anxious. So I'm able to see that stuff, and when you learn it with your own dog, when you learn what they're showing you and how to recognize signs of anxiety, we can start looking at ways to help. We start understanding what's driving the behavior and how we can help them is by focusing on body language. And again, the individual needs matter with the legs model, the learning, the environment, the genetics, and the self make a huge, are totally explaining so much about what's going on with that individual being that it takes us, it can give us a lot of solutions to point us towards a lot of the solutions needed to help with behavior issues when we look at the learning and the environment and the genetics and the self of the dog and their all individual needs. Excuse me. And then we have trust through communication. I really believe in learning how to focus on body language and learning how to communicate. The communicate is recognizing what they're showing you and helping your dog trust you with communication too. It can be the best thing for your bond, for your relationship, for having a comfortable life together. And the zone of comfort, we all have our zone of comfort. We all have like and need to feel safe and comfortable in the environment and wherever we are with the people. I certainly don't like somebody coming up to me and just putting their arms around me and they're really kind of going into my personal space and my personal bubble. And dogs have definitely have a zone of comfort that needs to be considered. So when we put these things together, we focus on the body language, the individual needs, the trust through communication, and the zone of comfort. We can come up with solutions and ways to help the dog and help you help your dog, as they all just want to be successful in life with us. Absolutely. They just want to be happy and to thrive. And they're so aware of you all the time. I notice dogs, I see how much they're watching their owner, the person they love, and the people around them and responding to that environment. And I love helping how to understand that because many of dogs' body language and what they're doing is very small and you can't always see it. It's not a really obvious thing to see when you don't even realize that little turn or that lift or that sideways glance all actually really means something and they're really small to catch. So that's why I get to help you see and understand and help others understand what dogs are. Those little movements are actually meaningful conversations, and we can learn how to have quite meaningful conversations with dogs too. When we learn, I the first thing that I say is that talking, learn their body language and talk to them, and you'd be surprised how much they can respond and how much they are responding to you when you're talking to them too. So that's the first thing. Learn their body language and start talking to your dog and making sure you're saying hi and responding like they are being like a friend in the room, not just a dog that you pay attention to once in a while because they're always watching you and they're always noticing when you're doing things. And just even talking a little bit as you go here and there can make a huge difference in your dog's life. And it can make your relationship closer and better. So yeah, really thinking, responding, understanding that there is a reason why dogs do what they do, and that they are all doing their best to strive and to thrive, um, and to survive in your world with you. So I really appreciate, please, like I said, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am going to share one more thing here. And this is my barcode there to book a call. Please don't hesitate to comment or message me if you want some assistance with your dog or if you want to discuss some behaviors or actions or things that you've seen dogs do that you want to, get another opinion on. We can definitely, I love talking about dog behavior. I love coming up with solutions and finding ways to help people interact with their dogs and help their dog interact with them. So behavior is communication. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video and share it with people that you think are struggling with their dogs. And have a great day.